Hi and welcome to Painting in the Shed. This is the first one of 2013, so Happy New Year. On this episode I'm going to paint a film poster for my brother. I'm going to do it in acrylics. My brother runs a film company called Distinct Films and it's worth checking out. He does a lot of great short films. There's a lot of pictures on there and stuff to look at, so please check that out. This is a poster for his film. I was there during some of the days of filming, so I had a few production stills to use for the picture, so I hope you enjoy it. So I started off by doing a drawing on the 36 by 24 inch canvas, and I used the different photographs and I copied them and I placed them on the canvas where I want them to be so I had the right composition. These are the colours I used. Please pause that if you want to have a good look. The skin tone I started off with white, yellow ochre, crimson and burnt sienna, and I start with the mid-tone first, doing all the lighter areas. Then I add a bit more burnt umber and a bit more ultramarine to do the darker areas. I'm using a round bristle brush here just to sort of go over where the pencil lines are. The pencil will rub in with the paint, but that's okay. It gives it a nice shadowy colour to it, the pencil lines. And then you sort of clean off your brush and go over the two areas. If they're still wet, acrylic pictures do dry quickly, but if you can get in there while each area is still wet, you can blend them in together and soften it. I'm not using a lot of paint on the brush at all, it's quite a small amount. You can see here I'm blending in the shadows with the lighter areas. So you've got the mid-tone, and then you start with, and then you do the darker areas, and then you eventually do the lighter areas. So again, I'm trying to go over all the pencil marks, trying to cover the canvas. And while I had paint on the palette, I went and did the second face just to use up the same colours, so I had some sort of continuity in the poster. Here I'm adding a little bit more crimson to the mixture to add to the lips, and a little bit more burnt sienna and a little bit more burnt umber just to give slight shadows. I was looking at the photograph all the time, copying exactly where the shadows were, exactly where the colours are as well. So just keep looking at your reference material to get the shadows in the right place. Here I'm using a bit of burnt umber and ultramarine to get a darker colour to add in the nostrils and the eyebrows and stuff. I'm just rubbing it with my finger slightly, that's a good way. But again, it's a very thin amount of paint. Here I'm just using my finger again to smudge in the area, and add a little bit to the hair there, a little bit more to the lips. A face takes me hours and days. Oh, my phone just beeped. Got a text. Yeah, it take me hours to do a face, so don't worry about taking a long time over it. I mean, the eyes and the face are the most important part of this whole poster, is this one face, so I did spend a long time on it. I'm only showing you clippets here of the different aspects of painting it, but yeah, it did take me a long time. I kept going over it, changing it, going light, dark. Just that's the beauty of acrylic, is you can keep going when it, once it's dry, you can go over it. There's a different angle here. Now I'm adding the light areas. So you start with the mid-tone, then the dark tones, and then you add the highlights. And that's what makes a face three-dimensional, is the shadows and the highlights. So the highlights are this side of the face. This is where my light's coming from. The photograph I'm choosing had a lot of contrast in it, so it was quite easy to copy. It had dark shadows and light lights, so it was quite easy to copy. And this is white with a little bit yellow ochre and then probably a little bit of crimson as well. Not too much colour, mainly white. You'll find that when you try and copy a photograph that's been taken with a flash, you'll find it really hard because the shadows are not very strong. So you need to have good reference material, your own photographs without a flash, and this allows you to have good shadows and good highlights in the right areas. So for the body, like with the face, I start with a base coat. This is a very thin coat of cadmium red, probably a little bit crimson in there, and same with the trousers as well. You start off with ultramarine and burnt umber, and you just go over the legs, painting in the shape of the legs. Go round with the brush, a flat brush here, just to get the nice shape of the legs. This is just me trying to cover the area. So this is the stage I'm at the moment. Done the face, blocked in some of the colour. Now I'm going to go in with the darker tones on the jeans, which is the burnt umber and ultramarine blue, with a rounded bristle brush. Again, looking at the reference material, seeing where the shadows fall. So you've got a mid-tone that covers the whole canvas to start with. That's the best thing to do, and then add the shading, and then the highlights. So here I'm adding burnt umber to the crimson and a bit of ultramarine blue, and I'm just going in here with the shadows on the top. The highlights would just be white and a little bit of crimson to put the highlights in, but this is the shadows here. And I'll just do this on all parts of the painting. The eyes, I add black first and then the colour of the eyes, and then just a little bit more shadow on the face here, just using the dark colour while I've got it. See, here's another eye. I start off with the dark colour, then I do the light, you know, the actual colour of the eye, and then I go in with the spots of white like that. And that's how you do an eye, simply, sort of simple eye. And you're amazing. That little bit of white just brings the eye to life. You'll see it. It's just absolutely amazing. Even if the photograph hasn't got light in the eye, I suggest putting a little dot of light in the eye, just in the colour part. You'll see it, you know, how it comes to life. And so this is the stage I'm at right now. Done the faces, the important parts, and now to block in the rest. So this guy at the top here is wearing an animal skin. So I started again, like with the skin. I start with the mid-tone. This is yellow ochre, burnt umber, burnt sienna, ultramarine blue, just all the different colours on my brush. I'm not mixing it too well on the palette. I'm just letting the colours come out, because the animal fur has this kind of mixed mottled colour effect to it. So you start with the mid-tone, cover it all in. Face, here you go, really quick. Burnt umber, burnt sienna. After I've done the skin tone, just to bring out the face. This face is in the dark, so there's no features, so I quite enjoyed doing that part. And then I start blocking it in basically around the rest of the poster, putting in the cliffs and rocks, the basic textures that, you know, surround all the characters and bring them all together. And this is the stage I've got. See, I'm bringing all the elements together with the colours. I painted all the different parts, and now I'm bringing it together with a big brush. And this is the final poster. I added lots of toothbrush flicking, and I put it on the floor and masked out the areas and chucked paint on it and stuff. But hopefully that's helped you with how to paint faces anyway. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. This is what my brother had to say about the poster when I gave it to him for his birthday.
I just want to say thanks very much for painting a picture for me in your shed. It's kind of perfect for the film, and it really just captures the essence of the story perfectly, and I don't think anyone else could have done it any better than that, so I really appreciate what you did for me, and it's really cool. Can't wait to have it printed as a film poster and showing it around wherever the film gets played.
Remember to check out distinctfilms.com if you want to see his films or his movie stills and stuff, and get involved in his short films. They're really good, and he's doing really well with them, so yeah, well done to my brother. But also I'd like to ask Jim Pooey his opinion, as always. He's the guy who did the music for these videos. So Jim, what did you think?
Hello, this is Jim having another look at one of Ollie's paintings. Today we're looking at the movie poster that he recently finished. Stylistically reminds me quite a lot of the Star Wars movie posters and Indiana Jones posters. So there's lots going on, very detailed, and yeah. But by far the most interesting thing in this picture is the inclusion of a pigeon holding a video camera in the left hand corner. I'm not quite sure why that's there or its real meaning of being included, but it's certainly the focal point for me of the whole picture. So yeah, well, I hope that helped, and yeah, I'm sure we'll have something else to review very soon.
Since that video, we have corrected the poster, I think, because I didn't see that at all. Well, remember, you can commission me for any sort of project you got going on yourself. Big shout out to Best 5 Minutes for your comments and likes and stuff. Thank you so much for being involved and following me, it's great. But yeah, if you're creating a CD or book cover and stuff, I've just done a CD for my friend Lumi. So I can do any project. I've done a few book covers too. Here's some of the book covers I've done. And it might not be as expensive as you think, you know. I start from probably around £100 upwards, depending on the project and the size. So if there's anything you want me to paint a picture for, please get in contact either on my website, oliverpengilley.co.uk, or here on YouTube or on my Facebook page. It's probably the quickest, and that's Oliver Pengilley. And there's a page there with my artwork. So please subscribe to these videos as well if you want to be updated with new ones. A new sub-series I might do, Painting in the Woods. I'm not sure yet, but I started doing this sketch the other day in the woods, and it's not in the shed, so I thought I might have to call it something else. But I'll be doing more outdoor paintings as well, so please keep watching them. And but thanks for watching, and I'll see you again on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.